real stay safe shit. You already know what the fuck is going on, man. So we posted here today to talk about a new situation that honestly isn't really a new situation, but to me is a new angle for which the situation is. Now, we're talking about the Lil Wayne suicide attempt situation. Now, throughout all of like hip hop folklore and shit like that, I feel like this situation was sort of painted as an accident. Like, Lil Wayne has talked about it many times in many interviews about how when he was 12 when he was 12 years old, he accidentally shot himself in the chest. And he basically shot himself when no one was home. And then I think an off-duty police officer found him, and then he was able to survive. And then the rest is history. Got signed by Cash Money, all that shit. But I feel like the biggest misconception about the situation is that this shit was an accident. Now, I know that he had a song called Suicidal Thoughts, and he sort of talked about the incident and what happened. But I feel like this interview that he recently had was like the first time that like anyone has ever seen him sort of open up about the whole situation.
How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger.
And basically throughout the course of everything, like he kind of explains that the reason why he did is, I guess, the mindset of someone who's super young. Now, he was like super young in the situation, like 12, 13 or something like that. And he was skipping school, was supposed to be at school and stuff. And then his mom found out that he was skipping school. Now, off rip as a little kid, when you're getting in trouble like that, you already don't know what the fuck is good. And his mom, like, I guess found out for the first time that the reason why he was skipping school was him being a rapper. Now, he didn't really, like, I guess open up to his parents at the time that he was trying to be a rapper, and he was going with everything that he had at being a rapper. So he felt kind of ashamed, which is crazy because it's like now we have all these like SoundCloud rappers and shit, and it's like a flex to be a rapper. Like, niggas just don't even want to have like a real career type shit. They just want to be like rappers and shit. But like at the time then, it was like a whole different time period. That shit was like in the 90s and shit. So like he just didn't want to feel goofy, and he felt ashamed and shit. So like he ended up locking himself in the room and fucking like getting his gun. I think it was his mom's gun. And then it's a crazy story because if you think about it, like this nigga at first, he fucking put the gun to his head. Then like he was too scared to fucking fire at his head, so then he put it at his chest, missed his heart by centimeters. Now, it's just crazy to see like everything sort of happened, because it's like the way that he originally talked about it, he sort of talked about it like it was an accident or something. But I always wondered like how the fuck, like I never really thought about it, but if you sit and you wonder, it's like how the fuck do you accidentally shoot yourself in the chest in an accident, besides if you're like fumbling with the gun and shit and accidentally shoot yourself. So I always thought it was weird, but I just thought it was like something that we'd never ever get like intimate details for it. And I feel like Lil Wayne is definitely the type of person that is pretty crazy to see that he like has this type of like mentally like point of view of everything, that mental point of view of everything that happens. So it's like, to me, it's definitely good. And I feel like in the black community as a whole, there's not enough emphasis on like mental health and shit like that. So the fact that he's even like going out of his way to talk about this situation is crazy. And it's like such fate, man. If you think about it, like this nigga accidentally shot himself, and then just so happened to be an off-duty police officer that heard the shots, came in and saved him. So it's like, oh no, sorry, he called the police and then shot himself, and then an off-duty police officer saved him. But regardless, it's just crazy because it's like he was this close. Like he was this close to hitting his heart. And if he had hit his heart, we wouldn't have heard all the fucking songs that this nigga came out with to this time, and he wouldn't have been a legend. So it's like wild. And it's like the mental health aspect of this is really important. And like I feel like a lot of people are gonna overlook the fact that this nigga fucking shot himself and sort of is talking about it on an open platform. But in the black community, it's like a stigma. Like people don't really want to say that they need help. People don't really want to talk about suicidal attempts. And I feel like for him it was a struggle, because for so long there was rumors that it was an accident, like shit like that. So it was like never really a thing that people could sit and analyze and be like, damn. But now the fact that he's talking about it is really crazy. So now people who are like him, who are going through something like depression, especially artists and stuff like that, can have like someone that they look up to who's like, damn, I've been going through the same things. And it's just crazy that he even has the strength and ability to talk about this type of stuff at this point in his career. And it's like, I wonder what made him even really open up in that conversation to be able to be like, hey man, yeah, I tried to take my own life at a young age. I know that moment where he probably did do that, he probably realized it was a mistake and chickened out last second, I missed his heart. But it's like, man, like that shit is crazy. It's all fate, and it's all just like wild to even imagine that this man almost was nothing. He almost could have died right then and there, but then someone saved him. So it's like, at this point in time, I just feel like it's really important, especially in the Black community, to really come to terms with everything that anyone is going through. And don't be afraid. Don't be like, fall into the like mentality that it's a stigma and no one wants to hear about that shit. Cause like niggas do want to hear about that shit. Like people you know might not want to hear about this shit, but you don't even realize the people you could be touching with these conversations. Like the kid that is going through the same type of things that he's going through. Like the fact that they have someone to look up to is crazy, man. And it's just inspiring. And it's like, sometimes reporting on this rap shit has me down, but it's like this type of shit like this is just really inspiring, and it shows really what the platform is made for, just to inspire people, bro. So man, big ups to Lil Wayne and shit. Hopefully he has the help that he needs and is able to use his platform to help other people who are going through mental problems, anger, depression, like anxiety, like fear, like all that type of shit. Hopefully he becomes like the type of person that is able to speak about his experiences and help people, because that's really all. At the end of the day, like once you're gone, your legacy will be remembered, and that's what he needs to be remembered as. But hey man, let me know in the comments, you think this is definitely some beneficial shit, or you think it's some shit that he should have like shared or kept to himself? But you already know, real stay safe shit. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. We out.